Running across the pitch. Run about 30 metres across the pitch at 75 to 80% effort, and then jog the rest of the way. Make sure you keep your upper body straight, your knees, hips and feet should be aligned. Then jog back to the starting point at an easy pace. Do this exercise twice. Running bounding. Take a few warm-up steps, then 6 to 8 bounding steps with a high knee lift. Then jog the rest of the way. With each bound, try to lift the knee of the leading leg as high as possible and swing the opposite arm across the body. Jog back at an easy pace to recover. Do this exercise twice. Running, plant and cut. Jog 4 to 5 steps straight ahead, then plant on the right leg and cut to change direction to the left and accelerate again. Sprint for 5 to 7 steps at about 80 to 90% of maximum pace. Then decelerate and plant on the left foot and cut to change direction to the right. Don't let your knees buckle inwards. Repeat the exercise until you reach the other side of the pitch. Then jog back and repeat a second time.
Ko te iri, ko te urunga tū, ko te urunga pai, ko te urunga mā tike tike, ko te urunga mā rangaranga, e hika mā matike maranga. Ina rā, koenei te whakataetai. Welcome to the 2020 Bunnings Warehouse National Touch Championships. My name is Te Aorere Pewhairangi and we're very fortunate to be joined by none other than Open Women's Captain Dana Turnbull. Dana, we have a big game ahead in this under-16 girls grade, Auckland versus Hawke's Bay.
Yeah, T, another good game ahead of us. We've got on display for us Auckland. They're coached by Latoya Tainui McIntyre. A little bit of royalty in the touch arena around here. Her father being Peter McIntyre, and her daughter Skylar Tainui is also in this team, and she'll be a player that we'll want to watch out for in this. Hawke's Bay have been looking sharp so far this tournament, and they'll be looking to go out and put on another amazing display in this under-16 girls game.
Yep, so we have the 2-minute music playing in the background, and we also saw Auckland with the buckets, bringing buckets into the sub box. I can't say I've seen that before. Do you know what's going on there?
They'll be using the buckets to keep their drinks cold, and they will have towels in their buckets as well, so when they come off they can pop the towels around their necks and it will cool them down faster before they have to go back on the field.
It's very classy from this under-16s Auckland team. They look to take on Hawke's Bay. I'll be honest, I can't say I know too much about this Hawke's Bay side, but you said they've been going well early on in this competition. It could be a dark horse here.
So it looks like we've got Auckland with the first tap of the game. They will be going from left to right on your screen at home and hoping to get the first advantage in this first half. I'm loving the ribbons that they're wearing. Blue and white to go along with their uniforms. And here we hold for the tap.
So Auckland here with the first possession of the game. Plenty of talk coming from their sub box. Run this 33 peel. Go to the short side. But Hawke's Bay's defence is up to it. This Auckland side is very fortunate to have a great coach in Latoya Tainui McIntyre.
Drawn a recount here. Hawke's Bay giving away a penalty. To have a early dive at the try line. Great sliding defense at this stage from the Hawke's Bay team. Sweeper play coming. Decides to pick. Defense covered well. Strong drive down the middle, looking to hit a hole. Great shot line.
It's absolutely beautiful on the 5th touch. They go for a scoop to the open side. And they have that link chopping a nice hole there. Opens up. And the Hawke's Bay winger just a little bit too slow. So after 2 minutes, Hawke's Bay finally get their first shot, first possession with the ball. See if they can capitalise. Down to the 5 here. A little quickie play. Auckland defensive line is called offside, so they're penalised. Spay gets 6 more touches. They go for the same play with the little short ball. Auckland need to be careful here. Someone could get sent to the sim bin. Hawke's Bay working the middle here, a little bit disjointed. Going for a quickie to the right here. She's got her beat on the outside. Throws the long ball. Nice hands by the winger there. Honotapu. The gap opens up right through the middle of the Auckland defence. It looks like Monique Poa is their go-to player for this Hawke's Bay team.
Yeah, as we watch the replay here, you can see it's last touch. She gives back the quickie. Defense needs to lock over and a wee bit too far away there on the try line. Great patience from Hawke's Bay. We've got a 1-1 scoreline.
Absolutely. So Auckland back with possession here. Looking to run a backdoor play. They go for it again. Gap opens up. She goes for the dive, but the shutter was there to make the touch.
Really liking the connection this Auckland side has on their attack. Great long ball over the top to the winger, who slides in the corner.
Yeah,
finishes off the try.
Absolutely, and that's crucial to get everyone involved into the attacking line. We see the two different styles are quite different. Hawke's Bay working the middle a lot with their 2-3-3 plays, whereas Auckland are getting their links and their wingers involved as well. We have number 3, Monique Poa, back onto the field. Good little carry there, but the touch was called. So Poa and Bartlett in the middle there. Little mistake crept in. Giving the ball back
Yeah,
to
a bit
Auckland.
of lack of communication, I think, what happened there. But giving Auckland the chance to get out of their red zone. Looking to go forward. Getting fresh legs on. Over the halfway line. Great defence there from Hawke's Bay.
And you see Bartlett carrying the ball. Bartlett name is prominent in the Hawke's Bay area. Coached by Anaru Bartlett. And also our open men's player, Ashton Robertson Bartlett, also from the Hawke's Bay area. A little bit disjointed here by Auckland. They have their subs come on. Looking for an attacking set. Spreading the field out to the right here. With a backdoor. Reset their line. Really moving this Hawke's Bay defence. Touch was made. Thought she may have been a bit short there on the defence, but the ref has called the touch. So Hawke's Bay.
Unfortunately getting called for their offside. Auckland trying to push up high, putting a lot of pressure on this Hawke's Bay side as they try and get through their orange zone. Good yards being made there through the middle. They'll look to get something off the back of it.
Bartlett with the ball now. Passes it off to the other playmaker, Monique Poa. But they're penalised. Good yards here by Auckland. Fumbled the ball, but the ref has called the touch.
One thing I do like about this Auckland side is they're very good with their footwork when they're coming into a touch at the ruck. You can hear them yelling out the word isolate quite a lot, which basically means get to the hip. Try and get the player to make the touch on the back foot, and turn their shoulders so that you're creating an advantage. Same thing there, running through the line, finds an open teammate. And Auckland scored their third try.
Absolutely, and that try comes off the back of good yards, of good footwork before the line, throwing the defensive line off a bit, getting them to backpedal. Very classy finish by Auckland there. So Hawke's Bay.
Strong drive there. Good attack. Defense up to the challenge. Touch 4. They are keeping it very middle, this Hawke's Bay side, but they are also drawing a lot of penalties at the moment. I'd like to see them spread the ball a little bit. Great low dive there from the Hawke's Bay player.
That same play. I'm loving the athleticism of this Hawke's Bay team. Here they come to a back door. Another dive. 3 touches and 3 dives. They're putting it all out there, this Hawke's Bay team. But the Auckland defence was up to it. Here they are yardsing it up the field. Looking to get to their sub box. Bring some fresh legs on.
Great drive down the wing there, number 11. They'll look to finish strong here on touch 5. Picking from half. She's through the line. She'll look to find an open teammate. Beautifully done. Pretty clinical touch at the moment from Auckland. Just doing their basic fundamentals right. Getting down the field, crossing the halfway. Strong drive. You see here we get the strong drive, isolating her footwork. Half picks up. round the outside of her defender, looking for an open teammate, and they're all there to follow.
Some great speed shown by Skylar Tainui there, and also her mate Chelsea Sharp following up, making herself available for the try. So Hawke's Bay will look to strike back here before the end of this first half.
I like that they're stretching the ball now, using more of their players. Poa picks from half. Didn't like the options that she had. Fortunately, errors are creeping in at the moment. And Auckland escape again. Strong go forward, back over the half, again on the fourth touch. They'll be looking to set up here. Drawing past to a teammate, driving in, scoops coming, throwing the long ball.
Man, that was a beautiful long ball and an even better take by the winger. So we watch the replay here. It's amazing to see that in this age group. An under 16 team being able to throw the ball around.
Auckland have stretched their lead to 5-1. Hawke's Bay will be looking to hit strong now before the halftime break. Great line there from the number 7. Turn of speed. She goes to hit the line. I'm loving the Hawke's Bay socks. Very communal. Beautiful long ball from Hawke's Bay. Auckland can do it, and they say we can do it too.
Yeah, absolutely. Right to left. They come down the short side. Just an easy dump split play. And the gap opens up out wide for Virginia Edwards to claim her first try of the game. So Auckland hot on the attack here. Nice little play there. Faked the back door and came back open side. The mismatch was on. It was a 3-on-2, but good defense by Hawke's Bay. 5th and final here. But the defense is up to it.
That link for Auckland needed to stay a little bit wider in her hole there, and then as the dummy half drew the player, she could have passed off for what could have been a certain try. But Harbour up to the task on D. And they're looking to yards out strong, get good field position to finish this half. Oh, she's through. She'll be looking for a teammate. Can she find one?
Beautiful scoop there, but
Great defensive chase down by the Auckland players.
absolutely to mirror the defense, or the attack, sorry. So Auckland, with their last possession of the game, 10 seconds left. I hope to get one more strike here. Some good yards. Oh, nice little dummy. Breaks the line. Long ball out to the winger. Great finish by Te Ataiti Armstrong out on this right wing here.
Watch that replay there. Skylar Tainui out from half, throws the dummy, show and go, straight through, and a beautiful long ball to finish off the try.
So there goes the halftime hooter as we see Hawke's Bay come back into their sub box. Auckland leads 6 points to 2. With your background and your expertise in the women's game, what do you think the coach, the Hawke's Bay coach, will be saying to his girls in this halftime break?
I think he'll be hoping that they can minimise their error rate a little bit at the moment. Getting down from one end of the field to the other is hugely crucial for this side. When they get down to their attacking area, I would really hope that they spread the ball a little bit more. They're playing a lot of middle, close follows plays and quickie plays. I think if they can stretch the middles and make them work a little bit more on the Auckland middles on defence, it'll be a lot easier and open up for a few more tries for them.
And over to this Auckland sub box. We see Latoya Tainui McIntyre there, directing her troops. What would she be saying in the sub box?
Yeah, I was actually lucky enough to be co-coaches with Latoya at the recent Youth Trans Tasman. So I've definitely used to her talking away like this to her team, and she's a very, very skilled coach and has immense knowledge for the game. And I think that she'll be basically explaining to her girls that they need to minimise a few of those errors that are creeping in as well. They're a clinical side, but they want to be 100% clinical for the whole 30 minutes. So even though they're up to a 6-2 scoreline, she'll be hoping that they stay in the grind and use, as you see there, she just pointed to her mouth. That's what they use for the communication. So she's wanting her team to talk to each other a bit more so they can get that unity both on attack and defence.
And in my own personal experience, I'm not the fittest player when I'm out there, and I know as soon as the lungs go, the voice goes as well. Communication goes out the window.
Yeah, it's definitely the first thing that everyone seems to drop off on. And interestingly, it is the most important part, and as a coach, the most frustrating part, because you can't actually teach somebody to communicate. They have to be willing to do that on their own. So, yeah, fitness and communication are two massive parts of this game that are probably underrated a little bit. But the better you get at those two things, the easier the game becomes. And touch is a simple sport, and it's played a simple way, so we don't want to overcomplicate it. We just need to talk and run.
Absolutely. And it's good at this very young age of under 16s, they get to create these combos, and it sometimes becomes second nature. If you've played with a team for long enough, you don't really have to say as much. You already know what shape is going to dictate what you're going to do out there on the field. So at this young age, they look to make combos for the future and obviously push for higher honours. So Hawke's Bay with their first attacking set of the second half. See what they can do coming out of half time. Pour up, back on the ball. Bartlett with the scoop. Comes the open side. Nice diving touch there by Auckland. And that's the first little win of the second half, defending out that first set.
Yes, Latoya will be very happy with that set of defence, and if they can complete this set of 6 and end up down the other end of the field, she'll be a very happy coach to start the half. Hawke's Bay will look to hold it out again. Great, strong drive there. Scoops coming through, show and go. She's through the in goal. Can she find a teammate? No, unfortunately not. Ball goes to ground. Great set of attack, though, from the Auckland side, finishing off down the opposition end. That's exactly what you want as a coach. And even better if they can hold them in this half for this set of 6. Hawke's Bay heading out of their own half, looking to hit the sub box for their fresh legs. Auckland pressing up quite high on defence. Try and stop the yards that they're making. Strong touch there. And great cover defence.
And like you said, with what Auckland just did, Hawke's Bay strike back. They have a good yard set and finished the play on the opposite end, opposite to the sub box. So Auckland have to go a further distance to get their fresh legs on.
This is a good set of defence from Hawke's Bay. Touch 4 and they're only at halfway. Strong touch there for a wee fumble in the roll ball. Definitely a win for this Hawke's Bay side.
Absolutely, they're rewarded for their good defence in that red and orange zone. Bartlett and Poa, same combo. Bartlett seems to be their go-to scooper here. Play on.
A little bit of confusion from the players there, but the ball has not touched the ground and it has gone backwards, so they may play on.
I think that's the first Falcon of the tournament. Came off the head. But I like the maturity these two teams are showing. They're being very patient, not trying to force their hand. Great attack, but even better defense. Hawke's Bay look to make their way to their sub box, get some fresh legs on.
I like the 1%. Oh, as I said that. I do like the 1%ers of both of these sides, though. They're both running with the ball in two hands, so they can always show and go with the dummy. Both initiating for strong roll balls.
Yep, that's the commentator's curse. I was also just about to say their completion rate and their accuracy is very good. But just before that, you see a little drop ball, welcoming Auckland back into their green zone. Backdoor play.
Auckland pleading with the referee to get a rolling call there. Looking to sweep the link on that last play. We'll see if they go back and do it again. They are. They're going to do that same play. Rolling once again, and this time they get the referee's call. They'll have a set of 6 on the line. Oh, not square roll ball.
That's a coach killer there. They're looking to run that little inside play.
This is strong yards from the Hawke's Bay side. See what they can finish on their 5th. Playmakers are back on the field. Bartlett from half. Touch and pass was called.
Even though they're penalised, I like that passive link. We see the Aussie teams love to run it at the moment. And that's the first time I think I've seen it today. That passive link. It's very tough to defend for a winger, because you have to go a long way to shut it down. So Auckland back into their attacking zone. Good covering the fence there by Hawke's Bay. 5th and final. Little jink, but the defence is there. I've been really impressed with their transition, Hawke's Bay. Their transition from the fence into their yards. They just get on with business, and they're rewarded at the end of it with an attacking scoot.
Absolutely. I think they've been a lot more connected in this half, and their yards have been exceptional. They've definitely been getting down across the halfway line and finishing their sets of 6 with a scoop off the back end. So it's what the coach would have said at halftime, and that's what they will be wanting to complete. Their defense has been strong too.
Yeah, absolutely, and you mentioned touch is a simple game, and there's always a little arm wrestle for field possession, and both teams are in it at the moment.
So you see teams tiring a little bit on their yards. Going to get to the box. We're at the halfway point of the second half. Bartlett comes on, looks for a teammate. This is the combo. There we go, we'll get the strong drive. Oh, unfortunately, little fumble in the roll ball, and Paua couldn't come off the back of it.
Yeah, and that comes with maybe a little bit of fatigue towards the back end of this game. You mentioned the 1%ers before. Crisp passes, nice play the ball. It all adds up in the end.
Auckland there creating an overlap with the numbers. Couldn't hold on to the ball. But I like to see them moving the ball around and trying to create just off flow. Good eyes up touch being played.
Poor, fortunate to come away with that. Little fumble in the ruck. Fourth play, nice yards.
Great drive.
Touch pass was called. It's a good set there. They used all 6 touches to get up the field. Unfortunate not to capitalize on that. If that pass had been released a second earlier. So Auckland back on the attack. Have their fresh legs on. We must also mention the referees. They're really opening this game up. I like to see big 5 meters, just so these girls can express themselves.
Dropping in, pick off the back, finds her wide open teammate. I really like the way Auckland's moving the ball a lot to create movement from the defence. They're not just letting the defence walk up slowly, they're pushing the ball side to side, stretching it, as we see here. Skylar Tainui draws in the player, passes it off to her teammate for a wide open try line.
Absolutely, and it doesn't allow the defensive line to set to decide and choose who's cornering, who's saving. If you're throwing the ball around, the defensive line don't know what to do, and Auckland capitalising there. But Hawke's Bay back with the ball. Bartlett with the long ball out to the left.
Was impressive eyes up play there as well from Bartlett. She saw that her player was pulling out and rolling into the 5, so she looks to take her on the outside. Fortunately, the pass didn't pull off, but it's the right idea.
It's great game awareness to call a move and then to pull out because of what you see in front of you.
Auckland getting called for a not square roll ball there in the ruck. Hawke's Bay with good field position here. Need to start going forward. Said communication possibly going out the window as fatigue sets in. Oh, referee's calling play through. She's going to go right over to her wide open teammate for a try.
prime example of playing to the ref. Auckland that called the touch. Ref said play on. Easy put down for the winger there. Hawke's Bay claim their third try.
Into the final 3 minutes of this half now. Auckland will be wanting one more. Dingo play. Good cover defense. To sweep the link again. Auckland not happy with the rolling from the defense. And they draw a penalty.
Do you call that sweep play on the link? Is it still a sweep?
I believe so. We call it a, most teams that I know call it a PAM.
Oh,
where you sweep the link.
Yep.
And then if you get the middle, you can come back short side. As we see here, Skylar showing and going, using her ball skills and diving over for the try. Classy eyes up play there. And great game awareness to move the ball around, shifting it from side to side, get the defense running, and then come back and run a wee quickie play.
Absolutely. So, Hawke's Bay, with what could be their last attacking set of the game, trying to burrow her way through there. The defense was up to it.
Oh, well done. Scores on a quickie out wide. We'll watch the Bunnings Warehouse replay here. Strong dump, gets it out wide. Defense is called offside, looks to go under. Great dive by the Hawke's Bay player there. We've got an 8-4 scoreline. We're into the final 30 seconds. Can Auckland get one more to finish this game? Sweeper play. Looking to step back.
Oh, that is great hands out wide. She even put a flashy 360 in there just for the cameras.
What an awesome way to finish this under-16 girls game today. Taking it out to a 9-4 scoreline. Auckland over Hawke's Bay.